Greetings and Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome to another meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who's interested is welcome to join. We shall start with our first participant, which is Yok Bae from New York. Yok Bae, am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, good evening, Ajaan.
Any question tonight?
Yes, my meditation, if I sit longer time, could I sit on the chair? Using the chair to sit? Yeah.
Ideally, if you can sit on the floor, but if you cannot, then you can just sit anywhere you like. But ideally, if you want to be professional, you have to learn to sit on the floor, sit cross-legged like the Buddha.
Oh, okay.
It's the best position for sitting for a long time. But if you don't sit for a long time, and maybe your body is not able to do so, you just have to make do with whatever you can.
Okay, noted. And one more question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because my friend always said that, how come I always do something, always quickly, always faster? I don't know why.
Well, some people do fast, some people do slow, just normal things in life, It doesn't matter fast or slow. What matters is whether it's correct or not.
Because she said that is if I do very faster, my meditation is no good, they said.
No, it means your mindfulness is very quick, so you can do faster. See? Once you have a strong mindfulness, you can do things very fast. When people do things slowly because their mindfulness is still slow, so they cannot catch up with the action, so they have to train the mindfulness to become quicker.
And also, the memory, I want to remember the Buddha, everything's in my, like a story in my mind, but sometimes it's not that. Remember.
Because you're not mindful. See? If you're mindful, then you can keep reciting, keep thinking about the Buddha. When you lost your mindfulness, then your mind go away to something else.
Noted. Yeah. When I do meditation, I will peaceful. Yeah, 1 hour to 1.5 hours is okay. Very easily. Yeah.
Yes, but when you come out, you should continue using mindfulness, training mindfulness.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Koksen from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. Yeah, tonight I'd like to ask you regarding the three refuges. I'm just thinking, why did the Buddha taught the three refuges of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha? What is the significance? Why does the Buddha wants to teach us these three refuges?
Well, you see, Buddhism is an institution of learning. And in an institution of learning, you need to have teachers and textbooks. So this is the Buddha's source of learning. It's the teachers and the textbooks. The Buddha and his noble disciples are teachers, are professors. While the Dhamma are the textbooks that is used for the teaching. So this is what we should resort to when we want to learn about Buddhism, about how to get rid of our suffering. We have to depend on these three resources, either the Buddha or his teaching, or the noble disciples. But now the Buddha is gone, but the Buddha said his teaching is the same as he himself. He who sees his teaching sees the Buddha. Okay. Buddhism is an institution of learning, like a university. In a university, you need to have professors. You have to have textbooks, right? And you have to have assistant professors and so forth. Because one professor alone cannot teach the whole school. So the Buddha establishes university by first creating assistant teachers like the noble disciples. When he first started, he only went to the most intelligent people so they can learn quickly and become enlightened. Then they can help him teach the Dhamma to other people. Then his Dhamma talk have been memorized and eventually preserved in the Tripitaka. So you can go to the Tripitaka if you want to learn from the Buddha. But if you have an enlightened monk around, you can learn from an enlightened monk also. So this is what we have to take refuge in if we want to learn the way to get rid of suffering.
Okay, and do we need to so-called retake our three refuges every year to renew our faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha?
No, that's ritual. See, you know who your teachers are, so you not unless you forget, then you have to ask somebody else. Who are my teachers? Okay, the way people do it, they become rituals, and they don't even know why they do it, and who these people are, who they took refuge with. They thought they were people who can just by magic make them enlightened or something, cure their illnesses and so forth. But that's not Buddhism. Buddhism is an institution of learning, and the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha are the teachers. So once you know your teachers, there's no need to reinforce yourself every year. This is my teacher. Do you? Unless when somebody else try to dissuade you from believing in the Buddha, then you might have to consider whether you should stick with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha or not. Okay.
Yeah. At the same time, I'd like to update that this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, what Palilai, there's a monk from Thailand coming over from Tana giving Dhamma talks at Palilai Temple this weekend. So I'll be going over to get some inspiration.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you,
Next,
Prajan.
Kwan Liman from Malaysia.
Kan Ajahn, do all Sotapannas have developed jhana?
Yes, they have to have the ubekha before they can use wisdom to get rid of their fetters, defilements.
How about those exceptional cases where when they listen to the Buddha and they become
They already had samadhi when they became You have to have samadhi before you can use wisdom to become enlightened. Or else it will be just imagination. Because you will not be able to get rid of your defilements without equanimity from your samadhi.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, Kafai Lin from Malaysia also.
Good day to you, Ajahn. I don't have any question today.
Okay. Anura and Ramya from New Zealand.
Right. Happy New Year, Ajahn. So happy to listen. No question today. We will ask if you have. We will ask later. Yeah.
Okay.
You no question.
Happy to listen, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Professor Ken from Switzerland. from Bill.
That's right, Thanajan. Thank you. And Bill. I have no questions at the moment, Thanajan.
Okay. I go to Belinda.
Thank you.
From Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. Also, no questions at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Claudia from Nuremberg, Germany.
Good afternoon from Germany. So also no questions at the moment, maybe later.
Okay. Alfredo from Brazil, Ubeka.
Hi, Bante.
Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Good year to you, Bante.
Thank you.
A lot of sati to us.
Yeah, a lot of mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Yeah.
In motorcycle, Bante, we use 70 in front to brake the motorcycle, 70 in front, in 30 in behind.
I see. So
Is the same to mind, Bante? 70 mind and 30 the body. The body is important, né, Bante? On Wada Patimokkha, Buddha say, the person that destroyed the life is not let the world. It's not enlightenment. So the body is important too, né? 30%, né, Bante? What you think, Bante?
Let me check first.
Stop.
Yeah, I think we lost him. Hold on a minute. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Now I'm using the smartphone instead because the computer has been playing a little bit trick with me. Comes on and off. So I hope you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect.
good. All right.
No, I was talking about I think is mindfulness is the goal. Is very beautiful. Is very important. Sati is 10. But I like to use body, mind and body. In motorcycle, we use 70 to brake the motorcycle, 70 in front and 30 behind. So
Yes.
I think body, Buddha say in Wada Patimokkha that the body is important. You don't do bad to life. The peoples have bad to life, not let the world. What do you think, Bante, about the body? Not for me, it's 30%, but it's important, né, Bante?
Well, you need your body to study the teachings. Without your body, who cannot teach you? You cannot come into this room without your body. You have to wait for someone who can connect with your spirit if you don't have a body.
Yes,
but with
yes.
the body, you can use the body to come in and study Dhamma and practice Dhamma. So in this regard, the body is still very important.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I prefer mindfulness. Mindfulness is all to me. Mindfulness is all to me. But I like to use body good, né? Not bad things. No, wisdom, né, Bante? Wisdom with body, né, Bante?
Yes, you need both in order to become enlightened. So you have to look after well your body also. Keep it healthy and strong, so you can participate in this meeting every week. If you're sick tonight, then you cannot join the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful, Bante. Beautiful, Bante.
All right. Let me go to.
Samsara is out control, Bante. Samsara is out control.
Okay. Okay.
Samsara is not a problem, Bante.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Adeline and Philip. Adeline, Philip.
Good evening, Tanjan. Happy New Year. Do you have any questions? We don't have any questions, like just happy to be listening.
Okay. I'll go to Christine Koe from Malaysia also, or from Penang.
Yes, good evening, Ajaan. I have no question. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions for me for now. Thank you.
Okay, Alvin Lee from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Good evening. I've got no question at the moment.
Okay, Gek Yen So from Penang.
John, good afternoon. No question, yeah.
Okay, Ken and G. Where are you from, Ken?
Greetings, Ajaan. I'm from Singapore.
From Singapore.
Yes, I'm from Singapore. Yes.
Okay. What can I do for you?
Previously, you did advise on talk about practice of mindfulness in my daily life, and I find that actually it's really not so easy. In the sense, there's a lot of wandering thoughts and etc. So may I know how about to make the practice better?
Well, see, ideally you want to have mindfulness all the time, but for lay people, you're not used to having mindfulness, so you find it very difficult to maintain mindfulness because you are usually overwhelmed by what you see and what you hear, and your mind get pulled away from yourself toward those things. So in order to be able to establish some type of mindfulness, you might have to take some retreat, go away, stop working, go to a retreat during your day off and practice mindfulness first. You have to be able, you should be free from working or engaging with people. Then you will then be able to establish mindfulness. That's why retreat is quite important for people starting. You should attend a retreat. Like, they have many types that you can attend. But ideally, you can go just to a place where they let you practice alone. But if you don't know how to practice, then you might have to join a group retreat or something to learn how to develop mindfulness. But ideally, just to be alone and then just to focus on your body movement from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Just keep watch your body. Whether your body is standing, sitting, walking, or lying down, or eating, or taking a shower, or whatever you do. Just stay with your body. Don't let your mind go to some other places. Think about other things. Then you're establishing mindfulness this way. Then when you meditate, you'll find it easy to focus on your breath.
I think I really need to work harder on it.
Yeah, it takes time. For a starter, you have to be patient and do one step at a time. Because so many things you hear about Buddhism, you thought you can do it all at the same time. But it's like learning the whole course from kindergarten to PhD. So you have to know where you are and what kind of course you should be taking first. Okay.
Yes, I appreciate your advice on taking time out to go for a retreat. But usually my work schedule is quite packed.
Well, you have day off, don't you? You don't work 7 days a week, do you?
My day off is like one day or 2 days per month.
Okay,
So,
then just use those 2 days for your mindfulness watch.
Okay.
You have to sacrifice something in order to get something else. You cannot have everything.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
the effort really must be there.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, Sui and Czech from Vancouver.
Ajahn?
Hello, Tan. Happy New Year.
Ajahn, I heard a nice analogy just now. The about
Institution of learning.
yeah, you are, and the professor, the textbook, and the assistant professor, and the establishment of the institution, like a university. Yeah, it's very interesting, the analogy.
It is. It's not analogy. It's real.
It's
Buddhism
real.
is a
It's real.
university.
That's true.
But it doesn't charge any tuitions. Everyone can study freely.
Yeah. Wow. It's like it's the best because yeah, no tuition and plus it's it gives you the best result if you really study.
No tuition, but it has to be some donation though in order for
Ajahn, I heard like I heard about this term, but I don't know what is it. I'm not sure what is it. I heard like the term Buddha Kaya, Dhamma Kaya, and Sangha Kaya. I never heard that one. Like, but I think I've heard you said something about Dhamma Kaya before. I'm not sure.
Kaya means body. That's all what it means.
Yeah.
The Buddha body, the Dhamma body, and the Sangha body.
How come like the Dhamma doesn't have a body, right?
It's just a play on a word. That's all. It's just a play on a word.
Oh. But why this term? Like what is like? It's the same as the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Yes, it's just refer to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It has no special meaning really. It's just a play on word.
Oh, okay.
As far as I can see, I don't see any reason for it. But sometimes people like to add something to make it look new or fresh, you know.
Yeah.
But the Buddha is Buddha. He's always Buddha. No matter what you add to his name, he's still the enlightened one.
Yeah.
And the Dhamma is his teaching. And the Sangha are his noble disciples. That's all.
Mm.
Okay, you get it?
Yeah, I think it's just a word, right? Wording. It's not really something. Yeah.
It's not really that important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else?
Tan Ajahn, I remember you taught us before, like if we want to see a defilement, like we have to go and meditate and let the mind calm down, then we'll be able to see defilements.
Oh, you can see some defilement, but the more subtle ones, it takes the more, you have to have a calmer mind to be able to see it. See? But normally you can see the big one is easy to see, like when you get angry, when you crave for something, when you want to, want to do something badly. These are all defilements, but whether you know it or not. But to know something more subtle like the fetters, then you might have to have samadhi first before you can be able to see.
Oh, okay.
You see the suffering you have with your body, for instance. You don't know this is the defilement is causing you to have this suffering with your body. Worry about your body, whether it's gonna get old, get sick or not, whether it's gonna die, when it's gonna die, and so forth. This is something you cannot see it. Normally, you have to have samadhi. Then you know that this kind of feeling, this kind of thinking is not good. They are defilements. You have to stop them. And the way to stop them is to accept reality, accept the truth. And this body is gonna die, whether you worry about it or not. See, you don't want to accept that. So you keep worrying. You only die once, but you worry about 100,000 times. That's because you don't accept reality. If you just accept reality once, then you won't worry anymore. There won't be any worries anymore. But you don't know that worry is dukkha to you. To you, worry to you is good. So you have to keep worrying. That's why people like to worry, because they think it's good for them.
Keep them going.
Yeah, but they don't know this is causing them dukkha without they knowing it.
Okay.
But if you have samadhi, then you'll know, this is bad for the mind. It agitates the mind, destroy the calms of the mind. So you have to get rid of this worry, get rid of this anxiety, get rid of this fear, because these are all dukkha, but they are more subtle. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Can you see me?
What do you mean by worry? What do you mean by worry is good? Like, what do you mean we think worry is good for us?
Because you keep on worrying. If it's not good for you, why do you worry?
That's true. Oh, because we think it's good for us, that's why we keep worrying.
That's right. If you know it's bad for you, then you stop worrying, right?
Oh.
Simple logic.
Oh. Yeah, I'm so stupid. I didn't think about it. Yeah.
If you keep something, it means it's good for you, so you keep.
Yeah.
If you know it's bad for you, you get rid of it, right?
Yeah. Wow. Oh.
Okay. But you don't see
Simple
this.
logic. Yeah, but I'm still stupid to see it.
If you have no samadhi, you will not be able to see it's bad for you, bad for your mind.
Oh.
Because you now worry, you worry because you worry about your body, see? And you think by worrying about your body will remind you to take care of your body. See? So you keep worrying about it. But it's bad for the mind. It might be good for the body. Because if you worry the body, then you have to be more scrutinized about how to look after your body, right? So that's why people worry, because they think it's good for them.
Wow.
But if you have samadhi, you know it's bad for you because it will destroy your samadhi. It will destroy your ubeka. Your peace, your happiness. Samadhi will be gone once you start to worry. Can you see my face? Okay, I'm not looking at my foot.
Yes, we can see you, Ajahn. And
okay.
it's quite clear, actually, surprisingly quite. Yeah.
I'm using the smartphone. Maybe it's easier. My computer start to play tricks on me again. So but it's okay, no problem. Don't send me any computers. I can fix it. Don't send any donation or anything, okay? I'm just a little bit stubborn with this computer. I want to see if I can deal with it. Eventually, I know I have to do something with it, but I'm not sure yet where the problem is. So I have to wait and see.
Oh, this is the old computer, Ajahn?
Yeah, the same computer I've been using since 3 or 4 years now. I think this one.
Okay.
I think it's the thing has to do with the graphic thing. That's the problem. It seems to stop sometimes.
Yeah.
I may have to change a graphic card.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
no computer, no money for computer. Okay, enough.
Okay.
This is one of the scary things for me when something happens to me. So I have to tell you, no, okay, stop.
But Ajahn, like, can you use the donation for something else?
Oh
Like
yes, I can. But normally, when you're given for something, you have to do that thing for people, see, or else you might be sort of like not complying to their intention. So normally, if you want me to use anything, then you say it's for any purpose. Yeah. So if you say it's for buying a new computer, then I have to buy a new computer.
Oh, I see. So it's better to say that. Oh, it's for any purpose. Like that's a good. Yeah.
Anything you think is you need, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
but if you say this is for food, you know, then I can only buy food. I cannot use it for other thing.
I didn't know there's the so you actually like it's not like if people give the instruction it's
Yeah.
you don't use
sometimes you cannot accept it, so you tell them I cannot accept it. Like Nota Mahabua, sometimes people send money to build kutis, and Nota say we have enough kuti, so he send back the money. Because he could not comply with their intentions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good to know. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Ajahn, my friend Debbie is there, Ajahn.
Yeah, I saw her this morning. She came by to the dining hall this morning.
Yeah.
We met the first time after a few years now, since we know each other through Zoom meeting.
And before that, I think she already asked question way before the Zoom.
Yeah, before the Zoom meeting, we have some Skype meeting, some private group meeting with some her friends before.
And like people send in question, and then you have like Anna will read the question. And I think I remember Debbie always send in question to Anna, and then she'll read it to you. And then you do the live, you do the Q&A.
Yes, yes. And sometimes she transcribes some of our talks here, and then Anna will post in the Facebook later on.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
She's staying for 2 months. I asked her how long she's
2
staying.
months, yeah.
It's amazing. Came all the way from Canada just to
From
meditate.
Canada, yeah. Yeah, for 2 months. And yeah, I'm really happy for her.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you need. So you need to be alone to really be able to do the practice properly.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
the
want to try?
retreat.
You want to follow her example?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, you should talk to your husband first.
Working on it.
Look for the direct flight, Ajahn. You told me there's a direct flight too.
Maybe
But I
you
think
wait. You wait for David to report to you later first. Whether- how it works for her. Then maybe it might give you some inspiration.
yeah. And that before she goes to you, she went to Ajahn Dik's monastery in
Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah, I think that's another
It's
option.
Similar. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be another option. It's a closer option. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer option. You can go there first.
Yeah. I think I can go to the closer one.
Yeah, and you can do just briefly, maybe 1 week first or something. Try it out first
Yeah.
before you decide to take a long haul. Take a short haul first.
So the people can actually stay for like long time in Khao Chi-on?
Normally
Like,
just 2 weeks, and maybe if nobody else book for the place, if it's still available, we might extend give them the extension.
oh,
But usually for Debbie case, it's considered unusual, so we give her a special treatment.
oh, I see. Okay.
Since she came all the way, half the way around the world just to practice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling you all the secrets. I hope you don't tell anybody about it.
But you already put it like it's not a secret anymore.
It's still a secret to me. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ajahn.
Evie from Indonesia, from Medan.
Still no question, Ajahn. Still listening now.
Okay.
No.
So nobody else, I guess.
We have some more questions from Facebook.
Okay, Facebook question from Kunla.
Yes, there are 3 questions from Facebook, Ajahn. First question from Meta Vandana. Please kindly tell what happened after when a person is deeply absorbed in samadhi and experiencing rapture and bliss often. How does the wisdom arises? Thank you.
Wisdom doesn't arise in samadhi. Samadhi gives you equanimity or ubeka, which means your mind is free from defilement temporarily, free from love, hate, fear, or delusion. But this is temporarily. After you come out of samadhi, your equanimity will slowly fade away. So in order for you to continue or maintain your equanimity, you have to use wisdom to get rid of your defilement, which is trying to get rid of your equanimity. Then you have to contemplate using the 3 characteristics of existence as your tool to get rid of your defilement.
Second question is from Paul Liang Soon. Is it true that by practice meditation, time by time, our defilement can become less and reduce? Thank you.
Yes, meditation. But it becomes less temporarily if you do just the samadhi meditation. But if you want to reduce your defilement permanently, then you have to use wisdom. But you can only use wisdom only after you have samadhi first.
Next question from Christine. Hello, dear Thanajan and Sangha. Hope all is well with everyone. My question is, if I meditate with guided monks, is that wrong? Should I be doing this by myself? I first listen to Dhamma and then guided meditation. Thank you.
Well, if you don't know how to meditate, if you can have someone to guide you when you're starting, then maybe it's okay. But once you know how to meditate, then you should do it yourself, because you cannot expect someone to guide you every time you want to meditate. And you want to meditate a lot if you really want to keep advancing, keep progressing. You're gonna have to do a lot of meditation. So you will not be able to find someone to guide you all the time. So yes, you should learn how to meditate. Once you know how to meditate, then you can do it alone. You only ask for more advice if you have questions. You can come into this room and ask whether you're doing correctly or not, or what should you do next after you have got to where you are now, for instance.
And last question from Poleng Soon. I just like to listen chanting. I feel peaceful and be mindful. Can Prajan explain more? Thank you.
Yes, when you listen to chanting, then your mind cannot go think about shopping or eating or watching movies. So your mind become calm from listening to chanting or listening to Dhammatalk. It's another way of establishing mindfulness.
That's all, Thanajan.
Okay, so we'll come back to our participant in the room. So anyone has any more questions, you're welcome to raise your hand and ask.
Okay, I see Sulan first. Sulan.
Okay, Sulan.
Oh, hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you today.
You have to speak louder, Sue.
Oh, can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh, nice to see you today, Ajahn. Yeah, I saw you were up very early on New Year Day.
What? On New Year Day, I was very busy, so I could not attend the Q&A meeting because there are lots of people came to the temple to give food donation and so forth. So it took a very long time before I can finish. Then I didn't have enough time to join the meeting, so I have to cancel. Sorry about that.
No worries, Ajahn. Yeah, she was very happy to see your video on the Happy New Year well wishes.
Okay. Do you have any question tonight?
Yeah, I have a question, which is why do we sometimes snack throughout the day?
Attend what?
Why do we sometimes snack throughout the day? Like I just feel like eating.
Because you don't have contentment in your mind. See? Your mind is always hungry. Although your body is not hungry, but your mind is constantly hungry for sensual pleasure. And so eating snack is one way of getting sensual pleasure. Because you don't have equanimity, you don't have calm, you don't have contentment. So that's why you have to practice samadhi a lot. If you have mindfulness and samadhi, then you can get to equanimity, which will give you contentment, and you don't feel hungry for sensual pleasure. And you don't eat or drink anything much, only when you have to. Maybe just when at meal time only you eat, but at other times you don't feel hungry at all.
Okay. So it is actually the mind that is hungry, and then
that's right. This is the reason for obesity. People eat until they become real fat. Because they cannot stop eating because the mind keep craving for more and more. The more you eat, the more you want to eat.
Yeah.
Because when you cannot eat, then you feel bad, right? You feel depressed. That's why you have to keep on eating. So you better watch out. You might get fat if you don't start.
Yes.
If you don't start meditating soon, you're gonna get fat.
Yes. Oh, I started to meditate.
You better start meditating soon.
Yes. Oh, started to meditate. Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, I was just kind of surprised why I keep reaching out for snack. Yeah. Then
Is that all?
yeah, Ajahn, what happened to your laptop?
Oh, it's okay. I'm using this one. It's easier. This handphone is quite handy, really. It's actually working okay.
Oh.
My computer has a little bit problem, so it takes a little while to find out the reason and fix it. In the meantime, we can use this smartphone instead.
I see. Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, is that all?
Yeah, I have a question because so previously I mentioned that maybe I'll bring my parents to Thailand for a trip. But then recently I had a chat with them, then they are not keen to go to Thailand. That was my very upset.
Well, you cannot force them to like something you like. See. People have different like. You like red color, they might not like red color. So this is something you have to understand and don't try to force upon them. Your liking. What you like might not what they like. They might want to go to Paris instead, instead of going to Thailand. Who knows?
Yeah. So I should ask them what they like and just follow.
If they don't like, you just come alone.
Huh? Oh. But it's like a rare opportunity to bring them around too.
Well, they have to like what they do. If they don't like it, then it's not good. It's not productive.
Okay.
Okay. Just be patient. One day they might want to come.
Okay.
Right now they are not ready for it.
Okay. I will try to be more patient.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next, anybody else?
Ajahn,
Yes, Willie.
Okay, Willie.
Yes, Ajahn, I have a question. Just now you mentioned that if we do things slowly because our mindfulness is low, so we have to make it quicker so that we can do things fast. But then I find that when I do things fast, I tend to lose my mindfulness and tend to be more panic. So usually I do things rather slow so that I can maintain my mindfulness and help me to keep calm. So is this the right approach?
Well, you only have to do what you can do with your mindfulness. If your mindfulness is slow, then in order to maintain your mindfulness, you have to do things slowly first. But then you can gradually increase as your mindfulness becomes stronger, more continuous, then you can do things faster eventually.
I see.
It's a matter of development.
Okay, so it will be faster eventually. I mean, without I am intentionally make it fast. Like I just keep practicing, keep my mindfulness, and eventually it will be faster.
Yeah, as you gain more mindfulness, then your mindfulness will be quicker.
Okay. Okay, I see. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay. Next, anybody?
Okay.
Yes, One more question from Meta Vandana. Please kindly explain the 3 characteristics. Thank you.
The 3 characteristics of existence is made up of the first is called impermanent or anicca. Second is dukkha or stress or suffering. Third is anatta, no self. See, everything that we see or hear or touch or we know through our sensual organs, they all are impermanent. They keep changing. They don't remain the same and they don't last forever. Sooner or later, they will disappear. They are impermanent. And there are no self, no one to control this phenomenon. Everything happens. It's the work of nature. No self. Even our body that we think is ourself is not self. It's our delusion to think that this body is ourself. So by have this delusion, we think we can control our body. But when we cannot control the body, then we get stressed. But if we know that this body is not ourself and we cannot control it, then we have to accept whatever happens to the body. We have to accept that eventually the body will get old, get sick and die. If we can accept this, then there will be no stress, no dukkha. So this is the goal of wisdom, to be able to see anicca, impermanent, and see anatta, in order not to get dukkha or stress or suffering. If you don't see anicca, you don't see anatta, then you will get dukkha. And this is what the 3 characteristics is about. We usually get dukkha because we don't see anicca or anatta. Instead of seeing the body as anicca, we see the body as permanent, as belonging to ourselves. So when we have to lose the body, we became stressful, became very fearful. But if we know that the body is impermanent, it doesn't belong to us, one day we have to give it up, then there will be no dukkha, no stress when we have to give up the body. Okay? Anybody else? Nobody has any?
Okay, Alvin first.
Alvin first? Okay, Alvin first. Then we'll go to Professor.
Okay.
Alvin?
Ajaan, regarding the Alfredo question, you think that the body you need a body to listen to the Dharma. Can a Deva come and listen to Dharma when a monk give a Dhamma talk? Is it possible?
No, they have to wait for someone psychic to be able to talk their language. It's a different language. Body language and spiritual language is different.
I see. What about the invitation to Dharma, to Deva? Sometimes I hear the chanting.
It's just a belief. It's just a belief. It's a ritual.
Oh, it's just,
every time you give Dhamma talk, normally you have to first invite the monk to give the talk. Then you have to invite the Deva just to share the Dhamma with them. That's all. It's an act of charity.
I see.
But in reality, they don't come. If they come, then the Buddha didn't have to give them special session. See, the Buddha have to give separate session to the Devas. When he gave talks to the monks or to the lay people, the Deva could not listen. So the Buddha had to do it later in the night when it's calm, when his mind can be calm, and then use his psychic power to communicate with the spiritual beings, the Devas.
Right, and just like what Acharya Man and Mechi Kyo they did as well, right? I mean, they can communicate.
Yes, they have this psychic ability.
Right. Okay.
But this psychic ability is not prerequisite to enlightenment. So you don't need to have psychic power in order to become enlightened.
Yeah. yeah, that will be what you call upachara samadhi already, right?
That's right. You don't need it. In fact, it can become a distraction if you have it, and if you don't know how to stop your mind from being interested in it. Yeah, and because it will then make you lose interest in your practice for wisdom.
Yes, yes. I listened to what you posted on Magic Girl. I think she was distracted and she was reprimanded by Gongta Mahabua because of the upachara samadhi that she has, right? One time.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anything else?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Professor Ken.
Thank you, Tanajan. I have a question. Earlier on in today's meeting, you were talking about subtle forms of fear and anxiety.
Yes.
So how do we recognize this is happening and deal with it appropriately?
You don't know, you can't, because sometimes you just feel bad and you don't know why. See? You know, sometimes someday you get up in the morning and suddenly you feel bad. And you don't know what happened, what causing it. Because your mind, you don't have enough scrutiny of your mind. You don't have a telescope to see the germs and the more subtle things in your mind. So you need to have samadhi first. Samadhi is when you have a microscope, so you can look at all the microbes that you normally won't be able to see with your own eyes.
Okay.
Sometimes you just feel bad, right? You don't know why, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you just have some anxiety or some worry, deep worry inside you, and you can't even know why, you know.
Okay.
But we all worry about something all the time, and sometimes we just don't know why, because we never look inside the mind. See? We keep worrying about things around us, and this is the one that's causing the stress, not the things around us, but our worry about the things around us.
Okay.
Because we don't understand the nature of the things around us. That they are all work of nature. They are anatta. They are something that we cannot control all the time. So if we just can accept things around us for what it is, then there will be no worry, no anxiety. But we still want to control things, right? We want to control everything. Because we thought by controlling them will make us happy. But then when we could not control them, then it fire back at you, kick back at you.
Yeah.
Causing you anxiety, worry, and fear, and so forth. If you can just accept reality as it is, then there will be no fear, no anxiety. Because everything is anatta, everything is work of nature.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you,
Good.
Tanajan.
Okay.
Very clear. Thank you.
All right. So you need to practice samadhi first. If you have samadhi, then when anything happens in your mind, you can see it right away.
Okay.
Because now without samadhi, you don't look at your mind, you keep looking outside. See, your defilement keep pushing your mind to go look outside and be concerned about things outside by not knowing that the one that causing the concern is inside.
Yeah.
Your defilement. But if you practice samadhi or mindfulness, you're pulling the mind inside. You're pulling the mind away from the central objects. Then you start to see how the mind works.
Okay.
Okay, so practice samadhi first.
All right.
Mindfulness first before you can have samadhi. Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan.
All right. Anybody else?
Yes, we have some more questions for Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, there are 3 questions from Facebook. And first question from Johanna. Good evening, Tanajan. May you be well and happy. Is it normal if the Dhamma test just get more difficult, eventually one test after another, because it isn't going any easier. I could see myself not wanting any sensual pleasure when my mind is agitated, but I could not achieve deep samadhi yet. So I'm kind of being in the middle. I don't watch movie or listen to music anymore. Would Thanajan please give some guidance on this? Anumodana Sadhu.
Well, your practice become difficult or not depends on your exertion. If you keep exerting, then everything will be easy. But if you stop or you don't continue with your exertion, then it can become difficult. But the practice is, it's like climbing the mountain. If you keep maintain the strength to climb the mountain, then you can keep climbing. But if you lose your strength, then you will find it difficult to climb. So you have to keep maintaining your exertion.
And next question from Antonio Dutra. Luang Pu, what do you recommend a daily practice of lay person? Thank you.
It depends on what you can do. You start from dana first, charity. You have to practice charity, giving, sharing things with other people. Then keep the 5 precepts. And then if you can, then you do chanting or meditation. This is what the Buddha recommends for everybody, whether you are lay people or monks. The difference is that monks will do more. They have more time to do than lay people. But we still do the same thing. Because this is the path to purification, the path to the end of suffering.
And last question from Diu Han. Hello, Thanajan. In the morning chanting, after saying the 5 khandha are anicca and anatta, there is 2 sentences. Sapphe sankhara anicca, sapphe dhamma anatta. What is the purpose of this emphasis again? And why sankhara goes with anicca and dhamma go with anatta here? Although both of them are both anicca and anatta. Thank you.
See, sankhara means compounded things that is made up of the 4 elements. They are called sankhara. Like our body is called sankhara because it's made up from the 4 elements, the earth, water, fire, and wind element. So it's anicca, it's temporary. It will separate sooner or later. And the body will disappear because the 4 elements will then return back to the 4 elements, to each element. So sankhara, everything that we build up with the 4 elements will eventually collapse. We all dissolve, return back to the 4 elements. So it's anicca. But with dhamma, dhamma, we have two types of dhamma. See? Dhamma that is compounded and dhamma that is not compounded. The dhamma that is compounded is the sankhara. But the dhamma that is not compounded, we also have dhamma that is not compounded, which are the 6 elements. The earth, water, fire, water, wind, the knowing element, and the space element. These are not compounded. They are always remain the same. They don't change. See? But they are anatta. They're still anatta. There's no self in the water, fire, element, and so forth. But they are not compounded. So they are not anicca. The 6th element is not anicca. The 6th element is always exist. When they exist separately, they always exist. But when they combine with together, then they form human body, animal body, trees, and so forth. But when they form, then they will eventually deform. They will separate. So they are anicca when it's compounded things. But when they are individually existing by themselves, then they are not anicca. They don't change. They don't become something else. Water element will always remain water element. And the same with all the other elements. So the sixth element is called Dhamma. Dhamma. And then they are anatta. But all the other things are also anatta because they made up from the anatta. They made from the six elements, which are all anatta. When you use anatta to form, you cannot form something with a self. The body is made from the four elements, and it's made from the four elements. So the four element has no self in it. So how can they become a self when they form a body? It's our delusion, the mind's delusion, to think that the body is a self. I hope this will explain clear to you.
And one more question from Metta Vandana Prajan. Is it okay to cook meat for the family members when they request it? Thank you.
As long as you don't kill the meat or order somebody to kill it for you, then it's okay. To cook or to eat or to do whatever you want with it. Because it's like vegetable anyway. It's lifeless. There's no life in it. Okay.
That's
Anybody
all.
else? Anybody else?
Okay, Evie.
Okay, Evie.
Ajahn, I forget to say Happy New Year to Ajahn.
It's already passed. It's already gone. The New Year's already gone.
Yeah, and actually all is the same. Same air, same water, same soil, same sky, same everything is the same. Is that right, Ajahn? So the most important is how we live in the right way, not the year.
Well, everything changed when your body get older every day.
Yeah, but my environment all is the same.
Everything changes, so you just don't notice it. It's slowly changing. Everything is changing.
Yeah. And I have question, Ajahn. What is the characteristic of a Sotapanna, and does the Sotapanna definitely have the psychic power as the one of the characteristic?
No. Psychic power is separate from being enlightened. So those enlightened can either have or don't have. It isn't part of the equation for becoming enlightened.
So the Sotapanna characteristic is have the strong mindfulness.
It has the wisdom to see that the body doesn't belong to itself. The body is not itself.
If Ajahn tell us, okay, this body is not ourself, so the Sotapanna, we are not a Sotapanna, also know that. So how someone can reach the Sotapanna with only this theory, Ajahn?
See, a Sotapanna look at the body like we look at the automobile. It's the automobile you drive your body, yourself. So the body or the automobile to the Sotapanna is the same thing. The body is like an automobile to the Sotapanna. He doesn't see the body as himself or herself. So he doesn't worry about the body. Whether the body get okay, sick or die doesn't matter. It's like you don't automobile, whether it needs repair or not, or whether it breaks down or not, because it doesn't affect you directly.
So this wisdom is come up from the inner, not from theory we listen, from the inner.
from inside also, and
Inside.
also from using study. You have to study the nature of the body from start to finish. Then you can see that there's no self in the body. How does the body start to form? By the four elements of the mother and the father combined, right?
Mm.
Okay. Then
And can
it is fed more four elements, so it keep growing. But it doesn't feed you into the body. Where does your body? Where do you come from regarding this body? You have no part in this body at all. There's no place for you in the body. It's just your delusion to claim that this body is you.
Mm. Yeah. I hope one day I can reach that stage.
Okay, hopefully.
And can someone who has the mindfulness still feel sleepy or tired? Because I feel
Yes.
when
It's the body that's sleepy and tired, not the mind.
not the mind. Because when I chanting, I feel when I have mindfulness when chanting, the sleepy and sneezing can suddenly disappear.
Yeah, it can happen because it's the body, it's not the mind.
So our mind can control our body.
To a certain level, not every level. When you have to sneeze, you cannot stop it from sneezing.
I think when we have mindfulness to chanting, the sneeze is stopped suddenly.
Okay, so you can.
Yeah, Ajahn. Thank you.
All right. Next, anyone else?
Student.
Hello, Ajahn.
Okay.
Happy New Year also. I have another question.
Go ahead.
I read about the story about Wanta Mahabua. Then I came across this video of him talking to the monks about eating from the bowl. Then he was saying something like they are using the spoon and scraping off the bowl, and it sounds like he was kind of like reprimanding them for using the spoon to scrape the bowl until a lot of sound comes out, and that he uses the hands instead. Then I was trying to understand what does it mean. So I couldn't really understand.
It means when you're eating and you make noise, it means you're not mindful. Say. If you're mindful, then you eat silently. You do things silently. But when you start to make noise, it means you're not mindful with what you are doing.
Oh, okay. So sometimes when we are doing work or we are doing other things, and then suddenly we start to hum and then sing along, or tap our fingers, like making noise. That's also being unmindful.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, okay. So doing things silently is also a form of mindfulness.
If you do things and you break things, this is you're not mindful in what you do. You drop something, you break something, then usually it means you're not mindful. Or when you walk and you slip, and then this means you're not mindful.
Oh, okay. I see. Then that means that just now you were also talking about mindfulness, right? Like if our mindfulness is strong, then the speed of mindfulness will be faster. then does it mean that when a person speaks very fast, he got more mindfulness compared to a person that speaks slowly?
It doesn't mean that. Sometimes you do fasting without enough mindfulness either. All right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Do practice, you'll understand better. If you keep asking questions, you'll never understand. You'll forget tomorrow you ask the same question again.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Once you start to practice, then you understand better. So practice better, Then keep asking questions.
Okay.
I mean, you can ask questions, but you should ask questions that you can apply in your practice. Not just out of curiosity, wanting to know this and that. Ask the question how I do this thing or how I do that thing. But don't ask.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Christine Koye from Penang, you raise your hand.
Yes, Ajahn. Recently, I have some meditation. Then I feel my internally is light and peaceful. I do enjoy this kind of. Is it good to continue with this kind of feeling? At the same time, I do watch the breath, anapanasati. Should I disregard this light and peaceful feeling and continue concentrate on the breathing?
Yes, continue doing it, and you can become more peaceful and more happy. Don't stop.
So the feeling of happy and peaceful, is it a good feeling for me to continue or just
Well, you like good feeling or not? Okay, if you like it, then when you see something you like, you buy it, right? So why do you ask me whether you should do with your meditation? If you get good feeling from it, then you keep doing it.
Because I scared that I at the peace and peaceful feeling and happy feeling.
It's probably mean you haven't yet get to the real good feeling yet. Once you get to the real good feeling, then you want to have it all the time.
Yeah, it's like
you just a starting point. You just maybe just approaching it. You haven't yet get to the real thing yet. You're just getting a little glimpse of what it is like.
Yeah. I attached to it. So I just continue, right?
Just continue meditating, watching your breath, so forth. Okay. All right. Man, you raise your hand.
Tan Ajahn, when we talk about contemplation, there's two types. So where after one develop samadhi, and then we have the wisdom to contemplate. And another contemplation is the general one where we contemplate about the body, and the gross type of contemplation that we do in everyday life. Maybe we contemplate about death and all this. So it's a two different contemplation.
You should contemplate that everything is anicca, impermanent. Whether your body, your job, your family, your money, everything is anicca. Sooner or later, you will have to lose them all.
Yeah, because last week, Tan Ajahn explained I should not contemplate when I'm practicing mindfulness, because I'm not at the stage of contemplating things
right.
yet.
Because you have to first use mindfulness to stop your thinking first. Once you know how to stop your thinking, then you can direct your thinking to go think about the three characteristics of existence. If you don't, then your defilement will keep pulling your thought to think about shopping, eating, going holidays, and making money and so forth. You will not be able to contemplate for long. You might contemplate for 1 minute, and then next thing you know, you're thinking about go shopping, go doing this and that. Yeah. So it's not good yet for you to contemplate when you cannot yet stop your mind from thinking. Because once you start thinking about shopping and everything, you will not be able to stop it from doing it. And you end up going out shopping instead of meditating.
What if the mind, the thoughts have already gone down more than 50%? It's not much thoughts. Can I start contemplating?
It's up to you. It's up to you. What do you want to contemplate? What do you want to contemplate? Why don't you want to stop thinking? Stop thinking is better than contemplating.
Yeah, because everybody is talking about contemplation, so I thought what kind of contemplation that we are talking about. Yeah.
Contemplating is useless if you cannot stop your mind. Because you need to stop your mind to stop your defilement. Your contemplation is to teach you that you should not follow your defilement. You have to stop your defilement. That's the purpose of contemplation.
Yeah. So when the mind is already quiet to an extent that means it's progressing in a way. So
yeah, you have to become totally still. All the thoughts disappear, and you have to remain in that state for a long time, and not just one session. You have to keep doing it all the time, all day long.
Okay.
So you still have a long way to go before you can go to contemplation. So don't worry about contemplation now. Just try to get your mind to become still first.
I mean the contemplation on the 32 parts of the body. Is that also a kind of contemplation?
Yes, but not now. Not now. You stop you have to thinking first. Don't think. When you contemplate, you think. See? So when you think, your mind cannot become still, or calm, or peaceful, or happy.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Facebook.
คุณลา
One more question from Dilhan. Thank you. It's a bit clearer for me. Then it leads to next question. Vedana is both anicca and anatta. So Vedana is compounded too, sankhara too. I didn't have time to digest it yet, so maybe this question is not clear. Thank you.
Okay, so this is not a question. Just a...
That's all, Thanachan.
Okay. Do we have anybody who would like to ask any more questions?
No. No.
Okay. Then maybe it's time for us to call this meeting to a close. Okay. And we will meet later again next week at the same time. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting will help you advance in your practice, make you understand better about the practice, and push you to do more practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you, and good night, and goodbye.
Sadhu ka.
สาธุค่ะ
สาธุค่ะ
Sadhu,
Happy New Year,
sadhu,
Ajahn.
sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Tanachan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Admin, thank you for
Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
Admin.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. Bye bye.
เดี๋ยวเคลียร์ก่อนนะคะ